I'm not sure. I'm now live streaming to Facebook Live. Click here to open a browser to view the stream. Okay. Well, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can't. Click browser here to view. Anyhow, welcome to the show. I think I'm on live. If not, well, I don't know. I want to thank you for coming. Today's show is about strangeness of the vortex. I'm going to pull up live stream as well, or Facebook as well, just to make sure I am streaming. So it's a new program I'm using, so just bear with me, and I will try to eventually this will be working really well. Right now we're just in the beginning of setting it up. I worked on it last night. You guys a lot of you dropped on in to watch me go crazy. So anyhow, let's see. We'll go Mary Sutherland. Then we'll go into Mary. Let's see what we got here, just to see if we are streaming. Yes, we are streaming. Okay. Now, are you guys getting any feedback at all? You know, like sound? Or am I okay? Maybe what I can do is mute this. Click here for more. You know, like sound? Or am I okay? Let's see if I can mute this. Maybe what I can do is mute this. Now, can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me? Please tell me one way or the other. Okay. Mark, are you saying yes, you can hear me? Deborah, you can hear me? So am I coming through okay? All right, then this is a good thing. All right. Anyhow, Lori's here, Deb's here, Bill Metson's here, Victor's here, Mike's here, a few other people. Mark's checking in on me, make sure I'm doing this right. I want a special thanks to Mark here for introducing me to this program. Hopefully it's a thank you, Mark. Either that or I'll be hunting you down, one of the two, huh? But it's going to be fun. Let me see. I'll show you what we've done so far. Like I said, this is a new program, so I just want to show you a few little things, okay? See, I can put images up here now. So here, let me show you, like, before, remember, we couldn't do any images. You'd have to go to that other site first. So now, when I'm talking about the haunted woods and the pictures that we've got and everything like that, you'll totally understand what the heck I'm talking about. Oh, let's see. Maybe, baby. Bookie. Okay, here we go. So, anyhow, welcome to the show. You know, I'm thinking about changing the time of these shows to 7 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. because our internet keeps dropping off, and that's a pain in the bootska. Especially now that I'm streaming to live Facebook live stream. Okay. See, so let me see. Let's see. Hold on. So, okay. So now what I can do is, now watch this. See, look at there. Instead of me trying to explain to you how this works, I can say, hey guys, do you want to understand how portals work? Now look at the woman on the left side, the blonde. See how she has lifted above her body? See, the bottom part is the physical. The top part is actually the ethereal. And then on the right side, you see another lady, a brunette, and she has come up over herself. Now notice that the position on the brunette, notice the position of her head is different than the position on her bottom section. Let's see, that isn't a duplication. I think what it is it could possibly be that the etheric, or she went into just another timeline that was just like seconds ahead of this timeline, of the 3D timeline, because she's sitting there, her arms fairly much in the same position, but the head has turned. So I'm assuming with this type of a picture, she has went into an alternate reality, which is, or a parallel universe, which is just moments ahead of the one that we're in. Okay? And so this is how you do it. This is what I've always been wanting to do. And also another thing that is really sweet about this program, let me see, I'm going to take this down for now. All right. Okay. Hold on. Maybe. Okay. I want to, oops. Let me think. I want to get rid of this one. I should be able to just delete it. There we go. Okay. So now I was at this certain place, and it's called Deadman's Hill. And we had went into a parallel universe or a reality, which was 15 minutes ahead in the future. And so I contacted this shaman friend of mine that is also a doctor, and and I asked him, what do you think had happened? So now with this new program, let's listen to what he has to say, and I'll listen along with you. Is it working yet? I don't know. Is it? Can you hear it? I don't know. Is it? Can you hear it? Hold on. I don't know. Is it? Can you hear it? So it looked, let's see. Don't give up on me yet. Maybe I have to double click it. Or maybe I have to put it up there. How do I do this, Mark? We had it running last night. Right? Refresh. Okay, playback. Refresh. Oh, I see. I think I see it. I think I see it. I'm not sure. Hold on. Here.
White haze it was, yeah. And then another question. We went to another place last night. It was on mountains, but it's also what the locals around here call it Deadman's Hill. And there's a vortex there, naturally. And of course the nut trees and everything you said to look for. All right, it was all there. But the strange thing about it is I had to, we were watching the cell phone because of the fact that I had to be back to do a show. Well, one of the girls says, well, she gave the time of 7:33, and so we had to get back. And so, but when we got back into the car, off that vortex, got back into the car, the car clock said 7:19. And I says, well, and then Brad looked at his watch and it was 7:19 or something like that. And then she looked back at her cell phone and her cell phone now said 7:19. But when we were up there, her cell phone said 7:33. Then it switched back to 7:19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you crossed into another dimension when you were there.
We crossed into another dimension?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what happened. So, and that dimension was at a different time, or?
Yeah, it's at a different time. It's like a lot of times people will have, not a lot of times, virtually everyone alive is having parallel lives in at least 5 and as many as 13 dimensions at one time.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes the time is the same in those other dimensions. Sometimes in fact, usually it's a little bit different. So if you went into a place where you crossed into another dimension, essentially a portal, you crossed into another dimension, then the time is different there. You might be able to see things around you that were at least close enough that you felt like you were in the same place. Places like that can be kind of interesting. Sometimes you have to be careful to walk back out of in the same place you walked in, or you wind up in someplace else entirely.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, well, I think we got back in the right place. Because you never know with dimensions, do you? But you never know with parallel dimensions, do you?
No.
Because they could be so similar to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But you're obviously back here because we're having this conversation.
Yeah, maybe. Or you're in that one too. He gets kind of, and then Sharon had noticed that she kept seeing things moving around on the side of her eyes, corner of her eyes up there too. So, which was?
A lot of times you can see things, better in the spirit realm from your peripheral vision than you can by looking straight at it.
Okay.
Now we've all spoken on that. So we totally understand what he's talking about there, using our peripheral vision to be able to see the inner world, right? Or the invisible world. Because the front of your eyes has cones. The side of your eyes has rods. Rods are what cats have in their eyes, which makes it where they can see into the invisible world. And the rods is what we have in the front of our eyes, and those aren't able to see, past our world or into the higher dimensional world. So when you see something moving, in your peripheral, which is right, in this area here, we're seeing it. It's real. But then when we turn our eyes to look at it, now we're looking through the cones of our eyes. And when we're looking through the cones of our eyes, we can't see past a certain speed, or a certain vibration. Thus, it becomes invisible. So if you're out there looking for ghosts, or these entities that live in this other world, what you have to do is kind of look through, look straight, but also start looking through your peripheral. Looking through the sides of, like where your hand, let's see, here, this is peripheral. I can still see peripheral way back here. But I can also see straight ahead, but I can also see my hands move. And this is how you want to walk through the woods or any place that you're looking for, entities that are hiding in the invisible world. Now, I'm hoping, okay, I guess this is broadcasting as well on my Let's Talk About It with Mary. I don't know. I guess we're just talking all over the place, huh? Are we? Am I still on? Am I still there, guys? I guess what I'll just do is pull it back up again. What I need to do is add a chat room in here. Let's see. Facebook. Now, we also know that Bigfoot lives in the invisible world. And I don't know what's going on. It looks like I froze up, doesn't it? Have I froze up? No, I'm good again, I think. Am I good? So, okay, so what I'm saying is, no, I don't know if I'm freezing or not. Okay, well, I'm trying to leave this open, and then maybe get like a chat room later. Alright. So, anyhow, I'm going to go back into this because people have gone up into the woods of Burlington, and we've had rocks thrown at us. And a lot of people, and it's Bigfoot throwing these rocks. And so people say, yeah, right. You know, Mary's just making this up. No, Mary's not making this up. As a matter of fact, because of this new program I have, let's see what just a couple people have said about the rock throwing Bigfoot, okay? Okay. Now just think, I'm doing pretty good right now, but just think how good I'm going to do when, okay, so here's one person. Let's see what Tina says about it.
Was that rocks?
You had what happened?
Thrown at us, and it was like one right after the other. Just bam, 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 bam. And we're looking at each other, what's going on? And I don't recall what was said, but it must have went on for about 50.
So anyhow, that's what Tina has to say. Well, now, while she was talking about that, there was another girl that was in the Sci-Fi Cafe at the same time, and she had some experience as well. Let's see. Here we go. This is Kelly.
So after I heard the crunching, I felt, I don't see, I'm not a visual person at all.
Okay.
I wear glasses in real life, so my metaphysical life is not visual either.
Okay.
Everything is very sensory for me in the other senses.
Okay.
So I felt, almost heard, something come down the hill out of the woods. And come here.
Okay.
I was here, it went.
What do you think of my new program, everybody?
Right, he felt it.
And I was just like, oh, and I got so cold, and she was standing right next to me, and I'm like, okay, something just like touched me, it just like walked right by me.
It like brushed you
like,
hard.
She said, well, I think it was Bigfoot, so I'm like,
But no, you didn't see it, right? You just felt it?
I just felt it.
So when I was out there,
Across my tongue.
when I was leaving, I felt this. I felt somebody go just like this.
Oh, geez.
Really hard.
How was it again?
It was just like somebody took their finger and just poked me like this and pushed me. And I actually turned around and looked at the woman, just a little lady behind me, and I said, "Did you just poke me?" And she said, "No, I didn't poke you." And I'm like, "Oh, thought they did."
Well, I know the guy behind me that, you said, I think it was Corbin.
Was it dark hair guy or light hair guy?
I believe dark hair, kind of skinny.
Taller.
Was he skinny?
Taller than me.
That's Corbin.
Yeah, I think it was Corbin, because that name sounds familiar.
Oh,
But
okay.
he was trailing up. He was taking pictures, but he was trailing up the rear, this poor guy. And every couple minutes, he'd be like, knock it off. They were like messing with him back there. And I took a picture of him on my camera when we bought the CD, which has some really cool stuff on it. But I have a picture on my camera where he's got like 4 orbs, like right here. So yeah, and he had a couple. I think they were like green orbs. We got pictures on our own camera of green ones. We had like the crystally ones. We have some like brownish ones. And the other thing that I really noticed was the guardian trees. There's one part where there's these 2 huge trees.
Yeah.
And I did know that we were walking along and we came to these trees, and she hadn't said anything yet about these are guardian trees. And I turned to her and I said, I feel really weird here. It was sort of this disoriented. I get like a kind of a nauseous type
It's
feeling.
a weird spot with you there.
And she's like, yeah, these are guardians. You know, it's like, oh, okay.
So there you go. There's a few people, and what I can do now is also interview people where they can, and then I can start putting them on as well. And so this is, I love this little program so far. So far, so good. Let's see. Here we go. I'm trying to get out. Well, I think I see it right here. Delete. Oh no! What did I just do? Okay, let's see. Source. Why did I delete myself? So, am I still running? Do you guys see me? Because I just deleted myself. Can you hear me? Testing, you guys see me? Because I just deleted myself. Can you hear me? Okay, so you see me? As I operate in the dark, let's go, let's see. Let's go back to the program and see if I can, I need my webcam. Web page. Help me! Mark, help! I'm in the dark and I can't get out. Okay. File. Maybe it's file. New scene. No. Sources. Game capture. Screen capture. I want outputs. Local. I don't know what. How do I get back on my webcam? Huh? Well, okay, so let's, in the meantime, just pretend like we're having like a slumber party and I'm telling you everything there is, and we're under the blankets and it's nice and dark and I'm telling ghost stories. How's that? I have no idea what happened to my camera. Mark, do you know what happened to my camera? Mark, gotta add it from sources list. Okay, hold on. Sources, okay, sources. Where it says, what? Oh, I see it, devices. God, it's a good thing you were here. I should be back. There I am! Thanks, Mark. Good thing you were here. Holy schmoly. That was scary. You know, I don't mind new things as long as I got somebody like Mark to help me. And that's what I was originally starting to say is thank you, Mark, for all the help that you have given me to provide me with a program that I can use to be able to, you know, talk to everybody and to be able to show them things. Let's see, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a few, I want to go back into media file and then I'm going to go into pictures. I can also put up web pages too, but I don't want to. But I'm going to, just for a little while, well, you know what? Since we're talking about Bigfoot, why don't I pull in a video that you guys might like about, let's see, maybe I've got it, I'm not sure. Oh, let me run through this and see what I got. But here, let's try this. I don't even know what this is. There is an amazing place called, by the Burlington locals, Deadman's Hill. It is a few miles outside of Burlington. I learned of this area from a gentleman that wishes to be called Bruce, who came into my office to report a Bigfoot sighting he had there when he was a young man. He also said that the Wisconsin werewolf, known as the Bray Road Beast, had also been spotted there, carrying off under his arms 2 dead sheep. Knowing that some believe that the Bigfoot and creatures such as the Bray Road Beast have been reported to be hiding within the dimensional veils, I got a few people together and went out to the area to check it out for possible portals. These doorways would allow such creatures to move freely about, going in and out of the worlds as they desired. Deadman's Hill was named after an old cemetery that was built on what looks to be an ancient tubuli or mound. Of course, to those just passing by, this mound would probably look like a small rounded hill. Knowing the great powers of the portal area, the Native American Indians used them as sacred burial grounds. Later on, the Europeans built their cemeteries on the sacred area, as was the case on Deadman's Hill. The tombstones now lay knocked down and broken by the cattle grazing there. You could see indentations in the ground caused by the earth settling in around the old graves. Arriving at the top of the mound or hill, we found an ancient altar stone that points to the winding river below. I photographed the girls standing next to this stone. Later, looking at the photos, I realized that each of the girls were emitting a glowing blue light around their bodies. Apparently, this stone is quite powerful, giving off tremendous energy. The Native Americans have a name for these stones. They are called Manitou stones, or spirit stones. According to Herman E. Bender of Mid-America Geographic Foundation, in Manitou stones in Wisconsin, the stones together with their physical settings were considered sacred. A certain quality remained as they still retained the power vested in them. In earlier years, these stones were quite common, but were later destroyed by early missionaries, while they were converting the pagan way of the American Indian to Christianity. More were destroyed through agriculture and clearing. There is also evidence that some were intentionally tipped in a deliberate attempt to disguise their use. Yet, as late as 1880s, gifts or offerings were still being left at the stones that survived. So the next time you encounter a rock which seems to speak to you, consider the spirit Manitou that lives within and give some sort of offering. I use tobacco or candy, but anything will do, as long as it comes from the heart. Even a strand of your hair is considered a good offering. It's not the gift, but the intent of the gift that matters. As we stood at the top of the mound, we immediately sensed the vortex. We also noticed that the trees were twisted and gnarled from the years of spinning vortex energies. We also found nut trees there, which is another good indication of a vortex area. Not only did we feel the sensations of the vortex, but we actually stepped into a parallel universe. This dimension was so similar to ours that we could have never known about it if not for one of the researchers, Patty, who had been watching the time. Fortunately, I had a radio show to do later on that evening, and Patty was keeping track of time for me so that I wouldn't be late getting back to the center. At one point in time, she looked at her cell phone, exclaiming that we had to leave as it was already 7:33, and we were running late. Hearing this, we headed back down off the mound area and back to the car. The distance wasn't far, and it only took us about 2 to 3 minutes to complete the journey back. After we arrived at the car, one of the girls, Sharon, announced that Patty was off on her time. Sharon said that, according to her clock on the dashboard of the car, the time was only 7:18. This was a 15-minute time difference. While the girls were arguing over the time difference, I had Brad check out the time he had on his watch. His watch also read 7:18. Well, Patty grabbed her cell phone to take one more look. To her and all of our amazement, her cell phone now read, just like Sharon and Brad's, the time 7:18. It had actually switched back from 7:33 to 7:18. How strange is that? Well, you were about to find out. Fortunately for us, I was doing a show with Dr. Alfred, who is familiar with space-time distortion and portals. I related the story to Clifford about our time experience at Deadman's Hill. He explained that we had stepped into a parallel dimension while on the hill, a dimension almost exact to ours, except that it was 15 minutes into our future. He then went on to tell me that while we were in the other world, we should have seen things moving about through our peripheral vision. As he said this, I remembered back to Sharon making comments to us about seeing just this type of phenomena. He also said we were lucky that we came out the same way as we went in, or we could have been stuck in that world permanently. After listening to Clifford, I now make sure to exit a portal area the same way as I went in. We were lucky that day. We found the portals, we entered, experienced it, and came out safely to bear witness that such places do exist. This is Mary Sutherland speaking on Deadman's Hill, which is about 5 minutes outside of Burlington, Wisconsin, off Spring Prairie Road, just maybe less than a mile from the Burlington Woods, what we call the Haunted Woods. So anyhow, what do you think? This is what we will be using. Now, see that first picture at the top? That, and then the one down below that picture, that is that's caused from a spinning vortex, because trees will grow according to the path of least resistance. So if you look, like especially you can see it on that bottom picture, you can see how gnarled and twisted these trees are. And that is because as they were growing up inside of a vortex with that spinning circular pattern that the vortex has, that energy, they were being twisted and gnarled as they grew. And then this picture that you see below me that people are looking at, that is a rock. That's a Manitou rock that I spoke of. And that has actually got a point to it, and it points right to that river down below. And that river, right at the river's edge there, is there's effigy mounds. One is a thunderbird, and across from that river there's a house, and tenants they just lease it out. But tenants don't stay there very long because of how haunted it is. A lot of strange things happen there because it's a sacred site area. And thus it is very, very powerful energy with doorways where spirits are coming in and out. And they're sitting right at the mouth of that particular doorway. And so they can't keep people there. Now this stone, this stone that you're looking at, it's not only a Manitou stone, but it was also a sacrificial stone. You can see the cup marks in it from human sacrifice. So, but unfortunately, and fortunately, I was up there and I was able to manage through the years to get a lot of amazing pictures of this Deadman's Hill. But in this stone, this sacrificial stone. But today, or this summer I should say, we went up there, and the farmer that owns the land actually took a bulldozer up there, bulldozed all the trees down, and packed them up in a pile, a burn pile. And the stone that you see, he took the bulldozer and moved the stone and pushed down over the hill into a whole bunch of other rocks. And so if you're not really knowing what you're looking for, you would never recognize it for the history that it has. It's too bad that that has to happen, but it does, and that's one of the reasons that I'm going to be going to Michigan this next week, is because it's very necessary for me to be there, because I'm trying to get help on. I'm trying to save these sacred places. Yeah, I could, and this is what this. Let's see. I'll take it like this, and you guys can actually see. This is a cup mark here, and there's an indentation right in here, and that's where they used to lay the people down and cut them, or sacrifice them. Let's see if I can get this even bigger. There we go. So now you can see it. And there's a point to this, and it points right to this river, and right alongside this river here is where we found the Thunderbird effigy mounds. And then this is what this is here. This is what you see from trees that have actually been, have actually grown up in the vortex area. And this, right where these trees are, this is a mound. It was an earthen mound built on top of a hill. And this is where we stepped into that portal that was 15 minutes ahead in time. Then when we went back off the hill, went to the car, then we were back into the same timeline, as we, well, I hope that we're still in today. But that's what Dr. Clifford Alford was saying, that when you are in, when you're in a known, vortex area, you really need, because you don't know what you're walking into. All right? So you really need to be careful, because you may not get out. All right? You may get stuck there in that timeline. So always make sure that you you go out the same way as you went in. All right? Now, if how's do you guys like this program? Is it working for you? Huh? I hope now that I can also save this. I'm pretty sure I can. I imagine it automatically saves it. We played with this last night, and that's what happened. And so, anyhow, this is all around Burlington. This is pretty much what you get, is all the strange phenomena. It's a huge sacred site area. It's one of the bigger ones. If you want, let's see. I want to keep that one. Let's see. Ooh, Mary. Max has quit. I don't know where he's at. Okay. Max, you gonna come up here and say hi to us at all? Huh? And let's see, taking you to something else that I have. We'll just kind of like play around with pictures today if you want, because I'm still learning this program. Okay. Let's see what else I can find that I think that you'll find really, really, really neat. Here's this is on Bigfoot. When we went to Avon Flats, we were able to, we found prints of, Avon Flats is in Wisconsin, but it's only a few miles. It's not that far from where we live, actually. But we found the footprints of a child, Bigfoot, and a mother. Now, based on the pictures that we found, you know, we knew that it was a mother and a child. So I found these pictures here, and I put them up. But this is that one that you'll see. It's either on the Discovery Channel or or History, I think it is, where Linda Godfrey talks about this incident. Is where these young adults had parked the car, walked back into this area, and where the river, I think it's the Sugar River, runs down through there. And when they got back in there, they seen a family of, well, there was a family of dogmen that were getting a drink of water. And so anyhow, you'll see that on TV. It gets played quite a lot when they start doing the shows on Bigfoot and werewolves and things like that. So anyhow, but we found Bigfoot tracks. But these kids, they found dogmen. So, you know, and Linda Godfrey was the one that took me there. So she definitely knew the story because she did the investigation. She also had it in her book. And, oh, speaking about that, Linda's got a new book out. And hold on. Okay, here I am. Let me take this up. Well, here, I'll put it right. Can you see it? Let me take this down. There. Now you can see it. This is Linda Godfrey. Real Wolfman, True Encounters in Modern America. So, this is, I think that this is the one that tells about that family that we found, or, you know, the mother and child that we found the footprints of. But anyhow, she's got a lot of excellent books. This isn't this isn't her most recent book. Hold on, I think I found it. I did. Here you go. Monsters Among Us, Linda Godfrey. What's cool about this book, guys, is no, maybe. Oops. Dear IB. See? Linda says, Mary Sutherland on the footpath of the area outside of Burlington, Wisconsin, that she considers haunted and a site of a portal or interdimensional vortex. Photo by the author. Everything was spinning vortexes like the trees were melting, she said. That she is me. Not everyone gets that result in their photos of the woods, but I've heard from a surprising number who do. Mary felt both surprised and curious about her experience and contacted a physicist to look for information or explanations. She has continued searching for some answer for the phenomena ever since. She believes that at least one portal in the woods that is used by UFOs and another may be used by Bigfoot or Dogman, both of which have been cited by other people in that area. It's definitely real, she said. Everything happens there. Kevin especially has good reason to confirm Mary's belief that unknown things make their home in this little nature preserve and the area around Bog Creation. Now, Kevin is a pseudo that she gave this police officer of Racine County, to protect him and his name, So, but the Mary Sutherland was real, okay? So, That was me. I think you might to check the diver box on that area. We set the that login on. I think you might need to check the DVR box on that area. We set the login on. I have no idea what that is. It don't even make any sense to me, Mark. Yeah, I think you might want to check the DVR box on that area. We set the login on. Okay, why? Why, Mark? Why? Lori says it's working pretty good. Deb says it's looking good. Mark said you said that you're loving it, right? I didn't tell anybody about the show today. I was running behind time, so I wasn't able to get out there like I usually do and let everybody in on the fact that we're having a show today. I won't do that again, though. Okay. I'll try to be... No, but now I will tell you right off the bat, tomorrow, being Friday, we will not be doing a show because I'll be doing a big tour Saturday with Linda, or with, oh God, Diana Palm, and then Saturday, I can have another big Haunted Woods tour to do with Tina. So I've got 2 big haunted tours back to back. And I know that it's going to totally drain me because it's a 2-hour drive down there. Then we got 3 hours. We do tours and then a 2-hour drive back home just to turn around, go to bed. We usually get home about 1 o'clock in the morning. And we get to bed, and then the following day we got to get back, do the same thing all over again. So it's going to be a long, starting tomorrow, it's going to be a long 48 hours for us. But then after that, I can relax. No, I can't, because then I got to start getting ready for to go to Michigan for the conference. But what's going to be fun with that conference is now that I've got this stream, that Mark helped me get up. I'll be able to stream the Ancient American Preservation Society conference, and be able to do live interviews with a lot of important researchers, and including, I'm going to forget including Scott Walters. So instead of Scott Walters interviewing me, I'll be interviewing Scott Walters. And there's, let's see, there's, oh my gosh. You know what I should do is, and I am going to do is put that, well, you know what? No, I don't know how to do it. Anyhow, AAPS, on which stands for Ancient American Preservation Society Conference. Go to Google, type that in, and pull up all the people that is going to be attending that conference. But I will also put it on my Facebook site of all the people that's going to be there. Our friend Anita Myers is also going to be there. She's just got a new book out. So I have a new book, but Anita was one step ahead of me because Anita got hers published. Mine is done, yet to be published, because the editing process, everything's done. All I got to do is contact the publisher and get it out. But I just had way too many things I was doing. I needed to concentrate on all that. And I didn't want to rush the book and not be published or printed as nice as I wanted. So, I like having that professional look. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, it's 4:52. Anyhow, let me go back in and see. Let's see. go back in and see what else I can find for you guys that you'll like. Okay, so these right here, remember I told you about the baby. Oh, these didn't come out very good. Hold on. Oh yeah. See these, there's like one in the upper, almost middle one, and then like to the left and down from that is another footprint. See, there's a, see one, it looks, see, this is a mother and baby. Actually, that top one, it kind of did a slide, but these were the ones that Linda Godfrey took me to this area because she wanted to check it out again. She knew I was in the area, so we all got together. And as fresh as those were, I mean, they had to have been only just minutes ahead of us, but we missed them. But we did get these shots, so that's a good thing. And that was, I think that was last year. Either last year or the year before. And then Linda and us, we all got together and went up into Minnesota. We've been, not Minnesota, oh, here it is. You can see this better. Here. Hold on. See, there you go. Hold on, let me get this bigger. Can you see them now? Can you see them now? But that's over by Avon Flats. And Avon Flats is only about, maybe about a half an hour drive from where we live. There's a lot of Bigfoot in our area. As a matter of fact, Linda Godfrey told me that Winslow, in this area where we actually live, is the hub center for dogmen. And it's like, oh man, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Bigfoot, but dogman, that's a whole different ballgame. But I guess it kind of depends on if you're... Oh no, I did it again, Mark. Oh, well, this time I know how to do it, right? New presentation, though. Uh-oh. You said outputs, right? No. What was that? Sources. Okay. Webcam. Video. Okay. I got thrown in the dark again, everybody. I gotta quit doing that, huh? But yeah, those, and so then after we went here, then the following year, I think it was, we went up to Michigan, not Minnesota, but Michigan. And I found this amazing cave. It's way up on top of this hill. Nobody wanted to go up with me because, you know, they didn't want to climb. But I knew there was some Bigfoot up there, and I said, I don't care if you guys go or not, I'm going. And so I went up there, and right at the top, there was this big rock overhang with a cliff, or with a cave. And and where you stood there, you could see all over the valley. And there was this rock ledge where you could see where they had taken sticks and tried to make like little dolls and crosses and things like that. And so yeah, there was evidence of Bigfoot up there. But then as I'm sitting there very, very quiet, I heard above me, because you know there was still a little bit more of the hill left going up, and I could hear kind of walking, one human type walk. Very heavy though, walking through the trees, you know, in the brush. And you could tell just by the sound it was making as it was coming through that brush that it was something big. It wasn't like a 150-pound man or something like that. You know, it was probably about 300 pounds, maybe, or bigger, 500 for all I know. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I heard it coming, and it was humanoid. And I knew it was Bigfoot that was using that cave. So I just kind of got up and just casually walked back on down the hill, you know. So it didn't scare me, but I wasn't, you know, I mean, it was his home or her home. And I wasn't invited, and I didn't know how the Bigfoot would feel about me being there. So I figured no sense of pressing my luck. But I did get some pictures of that area. And, oh, darn it. Yeah, there I am. And then also that night, Paul, he took us out into the woods and did some Bigfoot calls, and we got some calls back. So maybe what I can do there is also with this program is figure out how I can get those calls captured and put out here for you guys to listen to. Because that was really neat. I've heard calls. I've seen Bigfoot, and I've seen the evidence of Bigfoot, and this here is going back to Avon Flats. This is where we found the Bigfoot, the little fella and his mom. And you see something has ripped that bark off. And it seems like it may, I don't know. I don't know if that is caused from a nail or what, but anyhow, Linda Godfrey felt that it was a Bigfoot, a sign that Bigfoot had done that. I'm getting a sore throat here, guys. Let's see what else I got. Here's Linda Godfrey looking nice and innocent. It's like, ooh, me? Little angel, me? She's just a little tiny thing. She probably, I don't know, I'm 5'3", little, just tinge over 5'3". And so I think Linda's probably 5 foot. And she's got this soft and girlish type of, young girl type of a voice. But if you want somebody big and brave and, and not afraid to get out there and look, go where most guys are afraid to go, that's who you'd be looking for is Linda, because she's like me. She just kind of like she gets on that track and she don't think about the dangers, But I'll tell you, I've watched Linda where a lot of people wouldn't go, where Linda just didn't even think about it. She just went in with me tagging right after her. Okay, so Bigfoot hunting is fun. I love Bigfoot hunting. Even if you didn't find a Bigfoot, it's just fun getting out into nature and just looking to see what you got. So now here was an interesting thing. See, now nobody's out here, right? This is again at Avon Flats. But hold on, let me get this bigger. Now look at this. It's like, come on. See how that's done? That one, you got 2 branches going like vertical, right? But that one going across, do you see how that's done? It's woven. It's basically kind of woven in there. That top. See how they did that? And that's definitely Bigfoot. And then when you're out there looking for Bigfoot, this is things that you look for. Is them taking, they're builders. They love to build. And they use trees too for markers. And they just, or to hide something. But, if the area where we like to go is places that most people, you don't see anybody out there. So that when we do run across things like this, we know that it's Bigfoot instead of, like Boy Scouts or something like that. Ah! I did it again, Mark. Oh, I'll get pretty gosh darn good with this, huh? Whoops, outpost. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I forgot. Oh, no. Here it is. Here! I should be coming back here in a second. There we go. I gotta just make sure that... Okay, I'm gonna take that down. But it's kind of fun for me, this new program, because, see, I get to look at pictures with you and explain to you. I only have to do those visuals, right? And try, or explain a visual, and then wait until after the show is done and over with before I can get the pictures up. Now I can just get them up. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to see if I'm into my Bigfoot. Oh, Avon Flats. Hold on. Where is this? Bigfoot? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Bigfoot evidence. That's not it. But boy, when that, because I've seen Bigfoot, I've even, experienced the rage of a Bigfoot one time, but it's real. But when we went up into Minnesota, or Michigan, and Paul did that call, let me tell you, and then that Bigfoot called back. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Here's Linda. Oh shoot. Yeah. This is Linda measuring the size of that baby Bigfoot. And see, the top of that, her tape is touching the big toe. And then you can just follow it down and see where that heel is. And that was a baby. I think the baby was close to 7 inches, something like that, 7, 8 inches. So it's pretty remarkable. See, we don't just believe. We get out there and we find that evidence, okay? Let's see. And I was wanting to show you that cliff. Bigfoot. Let me go like this. This one was neat. Let me see if I can find it for you, or pull it up. I know it's there. Brad and Mary, Dundee. Oh, this one you might like. This here was actually footprints that we got. That officer, the Racine County officer, and his wife were up in the woods. And now this is snow. And see that bear footprint up there? I mean, bear as in not woolly bear or furry bear, but I mean like bear with no shoes on. So you see there's snow print of there's a big footprint right there. And then at the lower bottom you can see where Paul has stepped, to get this picture taken. But this was, I think, a couple years ago. Oh, I hope I just didn't do something here. I'm going to regret. No. And so we know that up until several years ago we've had Bigfoot up there. And let's see, videos and images. And then he also, let's see, this is on the tour anymore. I actually take people to this, but this is up in the woods. But this is a Bigfoot shelter that Paul found in the woods, and then he showed it to Brad and me. But you see, Paul's inside that shelter right there, and it's and when you look at the shelter, the top of it, you can see how the trees and the limbs the twigs and all that. They weren't just laid there; they were actually woven together. Okay. They were weaved, so that they would hold that firmness. And 3-4 people could get into that shelter real easy. But Paul had said for me to look down because it's sitting at the top of this hill. So if a Bigfoot was laying in there, he could be laying in there as a guard maybe, and just watching the valley below. But the thing is, there's like a little swamp there. You get to the bottom of the hill from there. Then you get to swamp, but on the other side of that swamp, there's a chicken farm, and where they, it's an eggplant, chicken and eggplant. So what we're thinking, or Paul was thinking, is it probably was that he would lay in there and he would watch, and when they would dump, guts and stuff like that out, at night, then, he would let everybody know, and they'd just go down the hill, his family and him would go down the hill and have a nice chicken dinner. So, but if in the summer months, and if we get out into the woods when it's early enough, I take people out there and show them this, this structure, so that people can actually see what a Bigfoot structure is. And we've never had any problems. We always make sure that nobody throws anything down or nobody takes anything from it, and they love rocks. So usually wherever you find Bigfoot, you find like little piles of rocks. Maybe it's to take them and click them together to make music. Who knows? But where you find Bigfoot, you'll see that they collect rocks. Okay? And let's see. I'll delete that one. See, I could never do that with this other program. Now I can share things with you that I have never shared with anybody. And it's not that because I'm stingy with my work or anything. It's just that there's so much, I have a lot of stuff. What did you say? Gerald said something and I went to get it and missed it. Oh, now I gotta go in to Facebook again to find out what Gerald had to say, because I'm watching my Facebook page to get your comments. This better have been good, Gerald. Okay. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Max is, I think Max is on vacation. Darn old dog, anyhow. That darn old dog. Awesome footprints. I'm a Bigfoot believer. Me too, Mark. No dainty sandals for this girl, says Lisa. And Lisa says, Mary, what is the contact information to get in on this weekend's tours? Ooh, boy. Kind of like good luck. Because I got quite a lot of, both of these groups are really, really big. Let me see what the number is for Saturday night tour, though, Lisa. I'll get back to you. And so, okay, now, Gerald, I don't even see you. Alright, so, I'm going to go back to my program. I want to show you that, let's see, clean up construction. I shall find it, Bigfoot. Bigfoot. There we are. I got a folder here that I'm going through. Avon Flats, Red, Mary, Burlington Woods, Dundee, email, Haunted Woods, Jay. Yeah, this you might find a little interesting. Hold on, it's coming up. I think it's coming up. Oh, there it is. Now this. That the person in the white pants is me back there, right? I'm in front. Well, I'm back. Well, you can see where I'm at. So now Brad always takes the very back and takes pictures shooting up towards the group. Just in case there's something. I'm usually up in front, Brad's in the back. For some reason this time, I don't know why, I kind of fell back, but I did. But you see that black shadowy thing between me and the Brad's camera? He's got there's 4 pictures there that shows something black. And if you look at that black at the far perimeter of that black, right at the edge right there, you see what you're seeing? That's fur. And see, Bigfoot, we a lot of times when we're doing a tour, we're hearing something walking, but we can't see it. We can hear the crunch, as it's walking on the path. A crunch maybe of some loose gravel or, just leaves or whatever. But you'll hear the crunch, 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 but you don't see anything. But see, with Brad taking the back like he did, you can actually see, especially on that third picture, the lower one, the lower left picture, right in the very corner. See that black right there, and you follow it up right to right at the edge. You can see that fur. See it? And I can tell you, it is not Brad, because Brad's behind the camera, and it's night. And he's behind the camera, and he's usually shooting at arm's length. So anyhow, Bigfoot do cloak themselves. Anybody that says they don't, chances are they've probably never been out there looking for Bigfoot, because they do cloak themselves. And we have gotten pictures of them cloaking themselves. This was an interesting cloaking of a Bigfoot. Let me find it here. Now that I said it, now I gotta find it. That was J. Pictures. Here we go. Hold on. Class, go Mary, Woods, Bundy, J. Godfrey, Lodi. Winslow, Woods, all. So many pictures. Talking about rocks, let me show you something. No, I'm going to let that go because I can't prove that to be real. Oh, here it is. I almost went past it. Hold on. I wish I could get it bigger, but I can't. Okay, so you see me sitting there. Brad's pretty weak here in this case, because this is right after his cancer thing. He'd lost a lot of weight. So he was just kind of like sitting up against the tree and relaxing a little bit and sitting there next to him. And somebody had else to take the picture. It's pretty obvious. But anyhow, we had a little fire there, and I had called in the Bigfoot. And let's see. I was hoping, here, I'll do it like this. There we go. So anyhow, I called in the Bigfoot. I says, come on in, we got a fire, we're roasting some marshmallows and that. You're welcome to be there with us, okay? And so we're just sitting there because I know that they can cloak themselves. So I don't know if they're there or not. But anyhow, as you see, when I asked them to come in and join us in the circle, now see where those green arrows are? Follow those green arrows and you can see that there is 2 Bigfoot sitting there. And the only reason we were, whoever it was that photographed it was able to get them is because our fire was smoking. So, the smoke, they were sitting in that smoke, and thus, when the camera shot that photo, because of the smoke, it showed them. Not a lot, but you can see their forms. 2 sitting there. And so I thought that was really neat. Earlier I had called the Bigfoot into our circle to visit with us and enjoy the fire. Here's a photo of 2 translucent Bigfoot, mother and child, sitting with us. If it hadn't been for the smoke of the fire, the camera would never pick them up. So anyhow, I always said, and you can see, I knew that they were there. Because like I said, I called them in, and I knew that they were there. And as you can see, I'm looking right at that mother. Looking right dead at her. And so whoever it was that took pictures, shot it, because they seen that I was looking, thought, well, I wonder what she's looking at. Well, there's the Bigfoot right there. And so, alright, so, I did it again, Mark! I did it again. Video. Wow. So anyhow, here I'm back. Max, why don't you come over here so that everybody can say hi to you at least, huh? Huh? Right? Max? So anyhow, that's it for the day. Like I said, there won't be another show until Monday. Nothing I can do about it either. But of course I'll be on Facebook and I'll be around someplace. Maybe I can do a little bit of use my cell phone and maybe do just a little tiny show on Friday and Saturday of us being up in the haunted woods. So because I can do a show that way as well. So anyhow, let me check that out and see if I can do that, okay? And so I guess I'm done. Except I don't know how to quit. Mark, how do I stop the show? New scene, save scene, load, sources, output, extensions, tools, plugins, share my stream. I am sharing my stream. I better be sharing my stream. Recordings. Mark, how do I save this? Mark, great presentation. You're getting to know this program. Well, Mark, when I couldn't get into the program, what I did is I took advantage of it and just watched, tutorials on it. So that helped a lot. But, Mark, how do I stop the show and how do I save it? Do you know? Are you still there? I hope. Huh? Are you watching this, Gerald Bringo? There's some things that, I don't know, that I think I like about it, but I'm not sure, so. But I like this much better than just the straight, the Facebook feed. Thank you, Deborah. Is Mark still here? Because I'd like to save this show. Okay. Tools, help. file, add, paste, remove, new presentation, load presentation, oh, here it is, I found it, save presentation. So I'll call this Strange Burlington. Strange Burlington Bigfoot. How's that? My videos. Boy, I'm sure I should be able to save this like this, I would think. Maybe I have to stop it first. File, show, duplicate scene, delete scene. Don't want to delete. Load presentation. Save presentation. I just want to stop so I can go eat. Outputs. Mark, where are you? Up. Okay, Mark, output area and click on Live It. It'll close. Output area, click on Facebook Live. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, output area, click on Facebook Live. Output, Facebook Live. And then all I got to do is click and it goes off. And then save it, I'm assuming. So anyhow, before I do that, thank you, Mark, because I didn't have a clue. Max, come and say hi to everybody. You know everybody loves you so much. Max, you come and say hi. So anyhow, since I won't be able to see you Friday, I wish all of you a good weekend. But like I said, I'm going. Oh, here comes Max to say, "Come here, here comes our little fella." Okay, come here, Max. Come on. Here comes our little feller. Come here. Just get up here and give him the old yawn one too. Oh, he tricked us. Are you gonna come say hi to everybody? You gonna come say hi? Okay, I guess he's taking another day off. Well, can't force him. So anyhow, love you all. And next time I'll give you a little bit. I'll let everybody know that the show's up and running. I didn't do that today. I just went straight in. I didn't do an event promo. So I just started talking, and what some of you was watching and we're still watching. So anyhow, I'll get better. I promise. Okay. You're gonna have a good weekend. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a couple little shows on Friday and Saturday night tours. Okay, so that you guys can experience at least some of the people that's going to be there. Like I said, Diana Palm is going to be there Friday, and we all look forward to seeing her and all our friends with Diana. And then Tina is on Saturday. And we're just getting to the point where we're really getting booked for shows. So this is what always happens, because it's fall now and the leaves are falling. People are feeling more of the Halloween, spirit, and so people want to get out there and experience that excitement that only the woods has to offer. So anyhow, love you guys. I'll do here. Let me get down here. I love you. Okay. There you go. Now I'm going in sources. And let's see output. Now, I guess